Hello and welcome to the Ezio guide. This is something I want to do for a long time now. I wanted to make an Ezio guide in the vein of what Aris typically does when he does, his character guides for Tekken. Of course, seeing as I'm Geminator, I play Ezio, so I thought I'd make an Ezio guide. Because you don't really see this character often. A lot of people don't know a lot about him, and so I figured I'd teach people about the intricacies of the character, and maybe you learn something, because you might have to fight me in tournament one day. Just saying. So, this is going to be the character, this brief character introduction, along with the move breakdown. The thing about Ezio is, he's definitely a jack-of-all-trades character, as in he has everything he needs to win. He has good step catchers, good low, good moves to kill certain things, like he has reliable tech jump, reliable backstep move, decent movement, and overall good frames to exact pressure with. And so, many times, the character will force the opponent into an honest situation, which means a lot of times, because of how Ezio plays and his tool set, it's going to be a very honest battle, and it's going to be primarily a player versus player thing. But he does have matchups and things to know, but a lot of times it's how well the opponent's adapting to one another. And that's one of the things that makes Ezio good. He is the king of basics. If you're good at Ezio, you can be good at Soul Calibur. That's my philosophy on it. His damage is decent. He doesn't really pale in damage. He's no Algol, but he's no Leisha either, so take for what you can get. Good throws, really good. He has a really strong Okazemi game that a lot of people kind of sleep on. And like I said, really good step catchers, good damage, not many combos luckily, so he's a really easy character to just pick up and play. There really isn't much to learn or intricate execution heavy stuff. Very basic, very easy to play. So if you're new to the game, it can be a very attractive option to learn some things. So, like I said, honest character, good moveset. In terms of flaws, there are specific things that kind of gimp him in certain matchups, like his lack of an I-14 mid, which just all that really translates to is in some situation he has to actually think harder, which, the big thing about this game is characters who are typically seen as top tier have a lot of moves that encompass a lot of situations. And Ezio, he has a little bit of those, but not a lot. He's definitely no Pyrrha in that kind of regard. Again, with flaws, his ring out game is ass. It's just really ass. You can't really get a ring out very easily. So most of the time when you're winning with Ezio, you're doing it via knockout. Very rarely can you get a ring out with this character. It's possible, but his ring out capability is very bad. Moving on, next thing is going to be move list breakdown. I'm going to go down with every move in this move list to give you an idea of what it does, how good it is, etc. And so, before you watch this part, I'm assuming you're familiar with frames in the notation. If you're not, please look in the description and watch those two videos first by SC Parson of how to break down frames and how to understand frame data and how to understand the Soul Calibur notation. Because I'll be throwing a lot of numbers at you. I'll be throwing a lot of stuff at you, so it's important to know what I'm talking about. First move on the list is, of course, standard AA. He has a standard AA. It's I-12 when it wants to be. When it's not I-12, typically at around tip range, it's I-13. So it's I-12 AA. The range is not great. It's serviceable as a poke, but it's not a move you should be using a lot with this character. In some block situations, that's the only punish you can get. Let's say Ezio does while rising A, that's -12 on block. Well, I can get an AA, I can't get anything else. So, that's how that works out. One thing about this AA is that at tip range, the second hit has a tendency to whiff, like you just saw there. So you have to be really conscious of your range and where you're first connecting the first A. And if you whiff, you're left open, you can get whiff punished, which is bad, and no one wants that. So you gotta be really wary of your range. That's another thing. It's more consistent on other characters. Like Leisha and Ezio, AA is somewhat consistent, which is good. But with people with more ambiguous hitboxes, say Mitsu or Pyrrha, AA is very inconsistent. So you gotta be aware of that. So a lot of times, all you can get is a single A, which, it's something, but it's not great. 10 damage plus 2, not that much. So frame-wise, it's standard, -6 on block. Again, it's a standard AA frame-wise. I'm sorry, -6 on block, +6 on hit. And so it gets the job done when you need it. But it's a very standard AA, I-12, I-13 when it wants to be. So that's AA in a nutshell. Next on the list is 6ABB, which looks like this. And this is where we get into counter hit situations, because Ezio is a very counter hit dependent character to get a lot of his damage and meter gain. And this is a good move to exploit that. It's I-17, which is quick, and it's hit confirmable. All 3 hits are hit confirmable, as you see, which is good. The special thing about this move is that it's a step catcher. It's I-17. It also has a brief tech crouch between frames 6 through 12, which means in very neutral or near neutral situations, it'll go under AAs and throws, bearing the frames, work out in the end. So it's a good move for the neutral game, because Ezio does have a strong neutral game, because he has a lot of special tools at his disposal for many situations to be used, which is very good. So let's talk about the move itself. Let's just start with 6A only. 6A only shouldn't really be used often, but there's a few situations where 6A only can get mileage. I say this because, well, 6A only is, it's minus 18 on block, and look at the range here, I'm very close. Even on block, I'm still going to be very close to him. So yeah, not much pushback, if any. And it's minus 6 on normal hit, which you can't really enforce frames at minus 6 at kissing range, which is not good. But I'll lead back into why 6A can get mileage in a second. 6AB, this too, good pushback on block. On hit, it's natural combo, which is good, so no matter what, this will combo. And the second hit is delayable for a good long time, and no matter what, it will still combo naturally, which is good. So this in itself is a good poke, because even though it's a high, it's minus 4 on block, plus 2 on normal hit, and it's a good situation encompassing thing given the tech crouch and the step kill factor. So where the move really shines is if it's a counter hit, as I'll display in a second. All 3 hits combo and counter hit. You get 52 damage in a strong Oki situation. I'll dive into it more in the Okizeme section, but what makes this Oki situation favorable is I'm trying to find it. All right, so I'm gonna turn Ukemi off. He will not tech. If he does not tech, that's a natural combo for 61 damage, which is pretty fucking good for a quick step catch. Now the flip side is, like I said, it is a high. So, say he does it, I block it, I duck it, I get a free punish. So, this is where 6A on its own comes into play. Now, while 6A is minus fucking 18, the thing is, if I duck, I don't have time. He blocks it. And so I wasted meter, or I gave initiative to him, etc. So, it didn't work. So that's one thing where that move can come into play if the opponent's really keen and sharp on his reactions, and they can step the second hit on reaction. Or, sorry, duck it. Excuse me. So, keep that in mind. But unfortunately, there are some characters who have moves which multitask the situation, as in, it punishes 6A by itself, and it still tech crouches under the second hit. Moves like Maxi 6A plus B, Raphael 1K, I think Hilda 2A plus B fill in this gap, as they tech crouch the second hit but still punish the first hit on its own. So keep that in mind for particular matchups, please. Let me talk about the delay some more. So like I said, all 3 hits can be delayed. But as you see here, no matter what, the delay will happen on the second hit. Like if you delay the second hit, it will still combo. If you delay the third hit, it will not combo. You see there, that didn't combo. So here's a trick to hit confirming this move, or a counter hit confirming. What I mean is, you have a lot of time to hit confirm the first hit to the second hit. If you can hit confirm the fucking second hit, you can hit confirm the third hit easily. So you do that, you see, tap it twice quickly, because you gotta be instant on the third input, the second B rather, to get the full combo. So, but if you're slow, you cannot delay the third hit and expect a combo. But there is actually a situation where this comes into play. I'm gonna actually demonstrate it for you. It's actually kind of nifty. First thing I'm going to do here is just pepper the guard gauge, get him blinking. Alright, so now he's blinking red. He is ready to break, which means I'm ready to get my damage. But the thing is, I could just let it rip. You know, get all the damage there. But the thing I want to show is say he guards, you know, say, actually, let me do this. So he stands first, normal, and all standing guard. He breaks. If you delay the third hit like that and he's blinking red, he breaks and you get a combo. That's a very situational type thing, but you can delay the third hit if he's blinking red and sacrifice guaranteed damage to break him and then get more guaranteed damage. That's one thing. 6A plus or 6A BB is a good move to always keep in mind. The range isn't fantastic, but it's made to kill sidestep. That's it. And sometimes go under high moves. That's the extent of that. And again, if you want to know how to confirm it, big delay between first and second hit, no delay between the third hit. Keep that in mind. Other than that, good move. I recommend it. Next move on the list is 3A. Looks like this. It's just looks like a lane, just horizontal sweep. It's a mid, so it's not gonna get ducked or jumped or any shit like that. Range is not phenomenal. It's okay. I mean, you know, damage is not great either. Let's go back to normal hit. 16 damage. That's nothing. Why would I use this shitty move? Not much pushback on block, you know, why would I use this? You use it because of the frames. It's a pressure tool. As in, on block, you're only at -2, which gives you a lot of wiggle room to do shit like, you know, 4B, 2A, jump B, depending on how your opponent reacts to blocking 3A. So it is a potent pressure tool. That's about it. On hit, it's +6, which, you know, that's good. +6 in my face. That's pretty much prime throw / BB mix-up in my eyes. That's good. So, it's a move to keep in mind when you need to exact some pressure and keep the opponent kind of like antsy and not confident in what they're going to do next. It's a good pressure tool. So that's 3A. And also tech traps off a few knockdowns, but I'll get to that more in the Ogazebi section. Next one is 2A. 2A is a standard 2A. 2A by itself is serviceable. You know, it's +8. Like it's the frame wise, it's like every other standard 2A. It's good because it's on the stronger end of 2As, as it is 12 damage as opposed to 10. So that's good. If you find yourself in a situation where you need to use a 2A, well, there's a 2A. You know, that's all you need. On the other hand, the flip side is full crouch A is much worse. As in, yeah, that's 2A. That's the range of 2A. Now look at full crouch A. Significantly less range and a little bit less tracking, I'd argue. But there is a logical explanation of why his full crouch A is bad, and that pretty much comes from his really good 2K. 2K is really good, so why would we give him a retarded full crouch A also? So like that's really the mentality. It's serviceable when you need it, you can use it, but you know it's not great. It's no Servi, it's no Gloomy Tira, it's standard. But when you need a 2A, it can help you out. Okay, that's about 2A. 1A is the crossbow sweep. Is a standard 1A in terms of what the purpose is. It's just a low sweep that knocks down for damage. It's not very good, as in it's I-32, which is very reactable. On normal hit, it only does 18 damage. If you want, you can say 30, but the thing about that is you can tech it, and you can really fuck up the Oki situation to not get guaranteed damage, which sucks, but you know, whatever. So I'll say back tech. Let's see. Tip range, I'm not reaching them, that kind of thing. Anyway, I don't recommend this move much, if at all, because it's unsafe. It's -16, and -16 in crouch equals death to a lot of people. So I don't recommend it because the risk reward is rarely in your favor when you're using this move, except in a very few amount of matchups. But even then, it's reactable, so what's the chance of you hitting? That kind of thing. It's slow. It doesn't hit for much. It looks kind of cool on counter hit though, because Ezio has a variety of moves whose animation changes on counter hit. So 1A counter hit looks like this, 37 damage, and Okizeme, whatever. But you're like 37 damage for counter hit, so that's assuming they're stepping or attacking at horrendously large disadvantage for whatever fucking reason. So it's not great. Range is decent. It's not terrible. So I mean, there is that. Once in a while, I'll start a round off with it, like I'll inch a tiny bit forward to 1A because they're not expecting it. But other than that, leave this move at home. It's not a great move. You have a trillion better moves at your disposal if you want to open people up and do stuff. I mean, I just really don't like this move. One more thing about it, the crossbow bolt, the counter hit, the clean hit sometimes, but it's rare. As you see, I'm not getting it. It hits for about 40 or so when clean hit. So there's that. But I'll get more into the Oki specifics in the Okizeme video. Anyway, next on the list is 4A and by extension 4AB, which I really like. It's one of his other, I'm in the wrong section. It's one of his other step catchers, so it's really reliable. It's I-21, which is good. Good range. And is very, very hit confirmable for a long time. Obviously, that wasn't counter hit, but the window to hit confirm 4AB is very, very large. Hits high, so keep that in mind. On block, it's only -10, so you're really not going to get punished for it unless you YOLO the string and get fucked up for it, which you should really never do. And you got, that. On hit, however, if you just do normal hit and you want to press advantage from there, keep in mind you're at -2. So, take what you can get. Keep that in mind. But the thing is about this move, like I said, it's very easy to hit confirm. It's a good step catcher. As you see, 54 damage. That's pretty good. Especially for a safe step catcher. Another thing with crossbow shots, like you see right there, it clean hits, so you can get up to 61. Another thing you can do this move for is for a backstep catch. So he's going 2K backstep. It catches his backstep for the counter hit, which is good. So in a lot of matchups, when their hitbox has like inches closer to you in like their head or whatever, like the high hitbox, it's a good move to kill backstep with. Like that's definitely a character versus character thing I will not get into details about, but like their mid hitbox, their low hitbox, and their high hitbox vary sometimes from character to character, so keep that in mind. Other than that, good move, good step catch. One thing about normal hit is that it's not terrible on normal hit, but see, if you do 4A only, like I said, you're only at -2. But the thing is, actually, let me do the computer to me, because that'll make this example a lot easier. If I get hit by normal hit and he shoots anyway, the crossbow shot jails, which means no matter what, if I get hit by, I'm forced at this very long distance, as you see, between me and the opponent. So it can be used as a get the fuck out of here move when you're like under pressure, especially if you get normal hit. But if you just let it rip, and if I just block it, then duck it, well, you're gonna get screwed for it. So please be conservative with it. Do not just shoot crossbows willy-nilly because they are very, very unsafe. I guess I'll talk about the side roll too. When you shoot a forward crossbow bolt like that, you can roll to either side to avoid immediate punishment. Meaning, you shoot a crossbow, I missed, that kind of thing. It's kind of like a reverse mix-up, as in, is he going to roll or not? Because if he's going to roll, I'm going to do, oh shit, sorry. If he's going to roll, I'm going to do like a move like that to kill his movement, to kill his roll, if I don't have to deal with it and not whiff and get hurt for it. Or is he not going to roll and just running up kick shit is going to get blocked, that kind of thing. It's not something you should be pressuring with a lot, because like, keep in mind the risk reward if you guess right. But it's something to keep in mind as a defense tactic. Like it exists for it keeps Ezio, like as Jean said it in the Soulcast, where he just doesn't have his thumb up his ass at -30. So that's a little bit about the side roll. Other than that, 4AB, good move. I recommend it. Next move is While Rising A. Very, very good step catch. Range is pretty good, as you see here. You can itch for it a little bit, and you hit him. From crouch is I-21. So it'll kill step at minor advantage, like after full crouch B. Like I'm about to demonstrate here. So, oh, back step. Oh shit, got counter hit. So in close range situation like this, it serves as both a back step catch and a side step catch. So it kills all forms of movement very effectively. On normal hit, you only get +5 and 14 damage, which isn't really that great. And not to mention, it's -12 on block, so you can get hurt for it by some characters who have an I-12 AA or faster, so keep that in mind. But I-13 AAs, like Aeon or Algol, this move is pretty much safe. And what makes this move so good is what it does to you on counter hit, like I'm about to demonstrate. You get 6B guaranteed on counter hit, 44 damage. You can Brave Edge it for like 76 minimum, or you can just go the whole 9 yards and CE for like 90 something, as you're about to see in a second. 94, and that's without clean hits. This clean hits and CE clean hits, so a lot of clean hits that can happen also. Very, very good move. Very annoying move, especially like when you're at this range, you're dancing, you're spacing. You start while rising A, oh, I gotcha. You just lost like over a fourth of your life. One thing about this move is that at certain ranges, it's also character specific. It's hard to demonstrate. Like it's pretty consistent on Ezio, but like characters like Mitsu, if you connect while rising A at the tip range, 6B will whiff, but it's consistent on Ezio, so I can't really demonstrate it visually. But be wary of your spacing. That's all I gotta say on hit. No matter what, no matter where you hit it, CE will always be guaranteed. So if you are out of 6B range for some reason due to spacing, you can always CE and get your guaranteed damage that way. So keep that in mind. Other than that, very, very good move that every Ezio should keep in mind to use, because it's so good. The damage is so good, and even if you get it blocked, you're not going to get hurt that bad for it. So the risk reward is very, very much in your favor. I highly recommend while rising A. That's stable all your moves. You can get wall combos. Like, look at that swag. Anyway, next move I'm going to talk about is jump A. I don't use jump A's often, but I'm trying to implement it a little more. As in, while obviously it does not go over lows or 2A's, you're in the air, so lows and throws will whiff, and it kills step. It's I-26, which, you know, it's okay, I guess, for jump attack speed. The range is subpar. It's not that great. 9A kind of circumvents it and makes it a little more reliable. Like you see there, decent spacing on block. Not much pushback on block. On hit, sorry. Good spacing on hit, not that much pushback on block. So take where you can get. On hit, it's +9, which is a lot of advantage. Unfortunately, I'm not quite in throw range. So keep that in mind. You can still do shit like 3B, 2K, but you can't really throw unless you want to sacrifice your frames and why not. Which opponent can take advantage of that if they wish to do so. But yeah, I don't use it that often, but you know, damage is decent. You know, it's a jump A. You know, it's not Shiba's jump A where it's like really, really dumb. It's standard high jump A. There you go, it's jump A. Now I'm gonna go into his B moves. BB, move every Ezio should be familiar with and use a lot. BB by itself, it's not that standard. Like, it's standard as in, you know, what it looks like natural damage and speed. You know, 32 on the stronger side of BBs, but it's I-16, which is a little bit on the sluggish side because typically they're either 14 or 15. He's a 16, so keep that in mind. Also, it's only +2 on hit, whereas normal BBs are +4. So sometimes that gives the opponent initiative to mash out a 2A after being hit with BB, because Ezio can't do that much besides 2A them back for being like dumb, or if you want to go full out YOLO, just whoop, jump B, or 4B, or you know, taking unnecessary risks is what I'm saying. So there's that, because the thing about Ezio is he doesn't have an I-14 mid to multitask its way out of a lot of situations at +2, so you gotta do thinking sometimes. I know thinking's hard, I hate thinking, but you gotta think. But BB, yeah, really good move, because while on its own, you know, it's a standard BB, you can Brave Edge it for a lot of damage, 68, and favorable Oki. I'll get to the Oki more in the Oki video, but you can do a lot of jank if they choose a tech. You can 2K them. The only way they can avoid the 2K is if they tech back. If they tech front for whatever reason, I can 2K them, get guaranteed damage, and the damage goes up even more. And if they play dead, 2K is also guaranteed, so good move, good move. I recommend BB a lot. It's an immediate 50-50 between throw and BB, because either way, they're eating a good amount of damage. You have 55 for an A throw, 68 plus OP for BB. Really good. The thing about BB is that it's very easy to hit confirm. You have a lot of time. You have right before the second hit connects to confirm it into the Brave Edge burst. So that's a good amount of time. You can just do it like right off the bat, keep mashing it out. I don't recommend that. But so like you see there, you have a good deal of time to hit confirm. So BB Brave Edge move every Ezio should use. I recommend it a lot. Always use BB. You can never have enough BB. Also, a funny thing is, I'll get this in the guard burst section, but for some reason, if you do like jump in B, the single B can guard break in 15. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why that glitch is in this game, but it does. So that's another good thing about BB. I can't really state the importance of fucking BB Brave Edge. It's such a good fucking move because it really plays in how well Ezio can poke and use footsies to his advantage. BB is so good. But be wary of your range. Because the thing is, if, like, see there, if you do tip range, first hit with B, and you like go gung ho with hit confirm, because you say, oh, I hit, time to hit confirm, oh wait, I whiffed. Keep that in mind. Tip range BB is really wonky, but can still work. So, you know, be very wary of your spacing. That can be said about any move, really. Next move is 6B. An amazing move also is your go-to guard punish, as it's I-15, 3 Brave Edge for 70 damage. All 3 hits have a chance to clean it, because you get potentially up 87 damage. But none of them are clean hitting, so I can't really demonstrate. That's annoying. Alright, this is dumb. Anyway, 70 damage base, 87 possible max, because the dagger clean hits for 7, and the like you see the dagger clean hit for 7 extra damage. Each crossbow shot clean hits for 5 more. So adds up to 87. You get 75, 77, 82, etc. or 80. Get those damage amounts. But anyway, what makes this move so good besides guard punishment is also like a good guard pressure tool. As in, say they block it, or you know, not that. Good pushback on block. And the thing is, it's -2 on block. So you can do 2A or back off, whatever you feel is necessary. Because like if you do 6B at tip and back off, look at that spacing. You know, not many attacks can catch you at these frames. So 6B is a really good tool. A lot of people should use because it's good, it's fast, it's reliable, and it also realigns on if they step and attack. So let me demonstrate here. So say he does like he does 2K to 6B. I get hit, I do this. I did 2B after getting hit by 2K. The 6B still tracks me because I attack. There's another good thing about his move. The only remotely bad thing I can say about 6B is that it's a high. So, you know, it can be ducked or tech craps, etc. Remember that really good move. I recommend it. Your go-to guard punish because it's 15. You get good damage off of it. Really, really good move. Don't use it by a wall though, because the Brave Edge, because really janky shit likes to happen with that. The 6B, a really good move. I recommend it a lot. Next move is 3B. 3B is a very interesting 3B, as it's not a standard 3B. As you see here, you know, it's not a launcher. You just snap their forehead and force them to the ground. And what makes this move cool is I-17, although on some crouching opponents it becomes I-18, so that's the one thing to keep in mind if you're trying to keep frames tight. Is that, you know, on normal hit you only get 20 damage plus OP, you can get 32 if you want for guaranteed. So that's not very strong in terms of 3B. A lot of characters can get more, and some even have faster 3Bs to get more damage. So what's the point? Well, on block, which is, you know, very good. It forces crouch, which limits your opponent's immediate move set, so that's really good. and it's safe. It's -8. The thing about Ezio is he's really safe on his go-to tools. Like, he's really safe when you want him to be, which makes it very irritating for the opponent to open him up sometimes. Keep that in mind. I like 3B. Good poke, good go-to move, good mid, forces crouch, gives your opponent a lot of like pressure, because 3B should be respected. The thing about 3B is, like, I saw a normal hit, but on counter hit, you get 20 damage, and that jumps up to 60. A lot of damage. It's a 4th life for a counter hit. Unfortunately, 3B counter does not ring out or wall splat. It should, but it doesn't, so oh well. It's also an ender on a lot of meterless combos too, like post 1B, BB, 3B. So there's that. 3B's a good move. The only bad thing I can really say is on Just Guard, it's -21. So it's very unsafe on Just Guard, and by extension, it's very safe on Whiff. There's a lot of recovery if you whiff this move, so keep that in mind. You really don't want to whiff 3B. Also, 3B can also substitute as a backstep catch in certain situations. Like, say he does 2A block at the backstep, you know, close range, you get stuck back then and counter hit. Unfortunately, if the opponent, say, uses a move where 3B cannot be stepped easily, like after 2-2B, and I step, I will not get counter hit. I'll get knocked down, the normal hit stun, but I will not get counter hit. And normal hit 3B has a lot of shenanigans you can do Oki-wise. Of course, I'll get into the Oki-semi section. But that, 3B, another good move that Ezio has. Next move he has is 2B. His 2B is not standard, as in most 2Bs in the game are overhead swings of their sword or whatever. His is a stab / thrust in his mid. It's also his fastest mid. It's I-15, so that's your fastest mid. Keep that in mind. What makes this move really cool and special is that, you know, besides the fact it's a thrust, it looks cool, it does not fall prey to many auto GIs like Patroclus or Pyrrha, who have many auto GIs in many situations to bait out an auto GI and get a lot of damage. 2B will snuff that, and they'll get hit, and you'll get your damage. Frame-wise, it's very standard for 2B. -8 on block, it's 2 on hit. Very standard, except for the hit level. So also, because in a thrust, it does not hit grounded. Keep that in mind, because some people may forget that if you're used to playing characters who have overhead hitting 2Bs, like let's say Greek or whatever. So there's that. Decent pushback on block. Kind of uses a spacing tool at tip range. So 2B, good move. Next on the list is 1BBB. Looks like this. These are 3 consecutive pokes. That's a mid, high. But luckily, it jails, so they cannot duck the next 2 highs. But say they are ducking, demonstrate here to find the damn record feature, which I'll never find at this pace. Okay. He does 1BBB. I'm ducking. 3 hits will the 2 highs will whip if I'm ducking. So the point this makes, it's not a good move to catch duckers, as in, you know, if you're ducking, oh, 1BBB. No, please don't do that. Not a good move to catch people ducking. You have BB for that, or even, you know, moves like 4K. There's that. Frame-wise, they're very similar across the board on block, no matter what. They're all -10, so 1B's -10, 1BB's -10, 1BBB -10. But, you know, you can cut the string short and kind of say, ooh, what am I going to do next? Ooh, scary. 1BB. But yeah. On hit, both 1B and 1BB are neutral. You can kind of use resets here if the opponent is sleeping, meaning if they're not really paying attention. But it can work. It's just not something to rely on as a primary mode of offense, so take for where you can have it. 1BBB, 24 damage, pushback on hit, +2. It can be a little difficult to enforce frames at this kind of spacing because 2A will whiff. 2B will kind of whiff, so there's that. But you're not optionless. If they choose the move, you can do 6-6A or crossbow to intercept their movement. So you do have things to do, but a lot of times you can just back off if you wish to. I-16. The primary use of one BBB is counter filler. It can be a counter hit fisher at close range, but it's not the most reliable given the fact that if they're ducking, the next 2 hits are not going to hit them. So, well, shit, you know, fuck, that kind of thing, you know. We're going to demonstrate one thing about the counter hit feature is on counter hit, counters naturally to 3B, which is good. It also counters with the other shit, 6K, or sorry, 4K, other shit. I don't know why I don't take that. The stun is about 20 frames, as 6B will counter, will actually like force them into standing there. So you have a lot of time to exact certain specific moves after one BBB counter hit. One thing is, if you get one counter hit, so if you for some reason you just do 1B by itself, they'll fall over and you get a 2K combo for a little bit of damage, which is good I guess, but not much. Both hits, like if you do just 2 hits, it will not crumple. They'll be standing and still at neutral, so keep that in mind. But if you do all 3 hits, yeah, you'll get the stun effect. One thing though, if you're in a situation where just the second 2 hits hit, if only those hit, he will not get stunned. But if you're in a situation where the 3rd hit only hits, you'll still get the counter hit stun and get your free damage. So that can kind of be used to screw up people who mindlessly do something to backstep and whiff punish on not reaction but anticipation, and that can fuck them up because it's 3 consecutive hits. There's a good deal of active frames on this move, so that can be used to screw up those kind of timings. But like I said, not something to be completely reliant on because things have a tendency to go wrong if you rely on Jane. That's my opinion. Anyway, good combo filler, good poke. Again, it's a thrust. They're all 3 stabs, so it will screw with auto GIs. If you know they're auto GI, you'll get the counter hit, which means you get your free damage, which is pretty fantastic. I do say so myself. So I'll keep that in mind. Next one is 4B. 4B, you know, the typical backstep swing blow. It's nowhere near as good as Mitsu's, but it's kind of on the same level as, say, Raphael or Laisha. Meaning, on normal hit, you're +2. There's a lot of pushback, so it can be, again, hard to enforce frames given the spacing and low advantage. But you can make it into something, but you can also just back off and space. But, 30 damage on normal hit, +2, whatever. On block, I don't ever want this block. Like, it does good guard damage, as in it breaks in 8. I do say so myself. Yes, 8, which is good. But, you know, -18 is not a good position to be in. Close range and you get it blocked, you're dead in the water. Because a lot of times I use 4Bs after, like, post 2K. I do it to read, like, another 2K or a 2B, because, you know, I can't jump over a 2B. I'll use a 4B to compensate, and yeah, there's that. I never want this move blocked. Though at tip range, some characters can have have issues block punching it. But -18, not a good position to be in. Use this move sparingly. Don't be liberal with it, but it's something you can always have in your back pocket to get you out of a pressure situation, because you do have a backstep slide blow. A counter hit, things change. There's another one of those moves that change animation like counter hit, meaning 3-4B, this cool stay down animation. And Oki's pretty good because they're at your feet and you're a back turn. So let me alter Okizemi section, or Okemi, say back of Kemi's. Back of Kemi's. You know, I'm not getting tech traps here, obviously, but you know, you can exact pressure here. You know, you continue rushing them down, throws or mids. So, like I said in the Ezio move tutorial, or in the Ezio Soul Arena, I talked about moves and what you can do. I recommend 4B by itself to continue immediate rush down and pressure. But you can also do another thing with 4B, and that's called 4B6. Where as soon as you 4B, you go into 6 with your directional pad. You get that animation. As you see, there's a lot of pushback on hit, as in, you know, they go flying. So it can also be used for front ring outs, and you can do this, you know, dash toward them like a maniac and scare them, hopefully. But you can also take this as an invitation to just take this as something to continue spacing and make them work to get back in. So you have a lot of options. Unfortunately, these counter hits don't happen often, because typically I use it to avoid like a 2A. But if say they do something like a BB and you dodge the first B and then hit it before the second B can hit you, then the counter hit becomes pretty deadly. It also has cool tech trap shit, which I'll get into the Oki section. Not close range anyway. At longer ranges, you will not get the attack throw animation, so, well, that sucks. But you still get counter hit damage. But, you know, only close range can you get the cool counter hit animations, which I really like because they're cool looking. That's 4B. It's also very linear. It's very easy to step. It's not like Mitsu's. It doesn't retrack. It doesn't realign. When you use 4B, you are linear no matter what. Very linear, but there has a good long range. Backstep. Oh, another thing I forgot to almost mention is that on the way back in, he is in tech crouch, which means like right there, he is not in tech crouch. But see, his head is down there. He's coming back in. He is technically in tech crouch. And the tech crouch remains until after the impact frame. So you're not going to get thrown out of 4B coming your way back in. So it can avoid highs. If your opponent tries to use a high to keep you in check, but you 4B anyway, you go right under it. Another thing that makes 4B a little, it gives it a little bit of flair in comparison to other backstep blows like Raphael or Laisha or whatever, because he has that tech crouch on the way back. So there's that. Like I said, don't be liberal, but pick your spots, and 4B will help you a lot. Next move is full crouch, or not, sorry, while rising B, and by extension while rising BB. It's your go-to duck punish for unsafe shit or throws, because it's good normal hit damage, as in, 48 damage, pretty good. And you knock down, you get Oki, pretty good. It's very, very, very vaguely hit confirmable, but you have to be really on your toes to do it. If you just wait a tiny bit, you will fail. So it's probably a little bit less than 10 frames to hit confirm, so you have to be really sharp to hit confirm it. Because the thing is, if you get it blocked, if you get both hits blocked, you're at minus 16. You see the pushback is really good, but it's very easy just guarded. And when you get this just guarded, you're at minus 27, which is pretty much, have your way with me, be gentle, please use lube, that kind of thing. But good damage. The damage thrives on continuing the string, because the first hit by itself, only 18 damage. They don't get knocked down, but luckily it's not all bad because you're at +2 and you're kind of close, so you have room to do shit. And also there is that fear of, is he going to do the next string? Oh god, oh god. While rising B on its own is only minus 12, so it's not that punishable. And again, there's that fear of the second hit. And in some cases that, really looking forward to that second hit, because, oh my god, if he continues to string, I get a fuck ton of damage. Oh shit, he did it in the second hit. Shit, 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 shit. Oh shit. That kind of thing. But yeah, while rising B. It has mileage, but, it's definitely not something I should be fucking poking with. That's what I'm saying. And also it's tech crouch, so it's one of his while rising moves that continue tech crouching. If I do say so, it's about 1 to 14 in terms of frames, and it's I-18, so a lot of the animation here at tech crouch. And also, I'm gonna do it from a long range. I'm in duck. You see how he kind of like goes into this like almost child pose position? The thing is that it disjoints his hitbox. It's not a super tech crouch, but in some cases it avoids a few mids because his head moves down, and so you can't hit him. It's not something to like use all the time because, oh my god, I'm gonna super tech crouch to get a lot of damage, hooray! Because it's not that reliable. But it does fuck up a few situations. Like if you see my block punishment videos, it kind of messes with Alpha Pat and Pyrrha for a few of their strings. But those are matchup specific things. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. So yeah, that's while rising BB. Good move for unsafe, very unsafe lows and ducking throws. You want meterless damage. If you're ducking a throw, you want meter damage, 6-speed brave edge, baby. Like that's really good, because the thing is, if you duck a throw, 6-speed brave edge, 70 damage minimum. Weigh the math. Like if I get hit by a mid, how much am I getting hit for? If I duck this throw, how much am I hitting them for? So keep the numbers in your head. Next move on the list is your jump B. Welcome to the only low crushing or tech jumping move worth a fucking damn in your move list. As in, it'll jump over 2A and still provide a punish. So say, you know, 2K 2A for whatever reason. Get that. The thing is, it's I-31. So if you're at -7 or safer, it will jump over standard 2As. So, yeah, you'll jump over standard 2As, as in, you know. See there. That's punishment. But 6-6, like say he does BB, and then jump B, and I 2A's BB afterwards. Not punishing me. Keep that in mind. But they gotta be sharp. They gotta be really quick. So if they even like, they let one frame go, just one frame, they're getting hit. So they gotta keep their frames tight at -8. But yeah, you have many situations where jump B can like post 2K, AA, 6K, 2A plus B, or sorry, 1K. A lot of situations where 2B can get, or sorry, 8B can get mileage. Unfortunately, it is stabbable on block, meaning it is -14 on block. So, weigh your risk reward. There's a very, very real risk reward attached to this move. Because, you know, okay, standard characters can get an AA or, you know, standard K or whatever and get it for free damage. Whereas if you're up against, say, a Gloomy Tira or a Greek, then you really gotta be cautious using jump B because you're gonna get hit for a lot of damage. So the risk reward in certain matchups are very obvious. Keep it in mind. If they choose not to tech, 2K will combo naturally for 44 damage. The damage for this mid crush, or sorry, low crush / tech jump, pretty good. It's a move to use. Again, not a move to be liberal with, but a move to keep in mind that you have in your arsenal to keep the opponent honest. For they stop mashing these fucking 2As like a cunt. So yeah, that's jump B. You can kind of finagle punishment a little bit. Sorry, you get to all guard. If you do like, because 9B, you're in their face, you're getting hurt. But if you 8B at like this tippish range, they get pushed out a little bit, and so a lot of people can't get their AA punished from this range. Like say if you're Pat, you know, or Swy, they're not going to get their AA because you're pretty far out, or Ezio even. So keep that in mind. But keep in mind, you know, the range is less. You got 2 less damage, so, you know, weigh your options, baby. Weigh your options. So yeah. Alright, next we got kicks. Standard K. I-13, you know, it's a standard K. What do you want? I'll tell you. It's on the high of the damage scale, 14 damage, good. But the weird thing about Ezio's standard K is that objectively, if you want to break down the frames, it is the worst standing K in the game. I'm not saying to say Ezio's bad, I'm just saying he gets gypped out in the frames for some reason, because typical standing Ks are +2 on hit, whereas Ezio's is only +1. Standard Ks are -8 on block. You know, -8 on block. Ezio's is -9. And, you know, you see where I'm going with this. Everything's a frame worse for Ezio. Why? I really have no, like, clue. I don't know why it works that way, but in some situations, it's the only block punish you can get, so when you have to use it, you have to use it. There you go. Standing K, 14 damage. Some people have better standing Ks. Ezio's pretty average, so, you know, kick him in the head. This is assassin territory. Alright, next move is 6K. It's like this pseudo roundhouse, as in, you know, it's a high, kicks their temple, your side turn. Oh, sorry, 60K. Kick your side, and, you know, they get moved. As in, it has a similar property to like Pura 66A, where on hit, they're moved side turn, so their options become limited. And it's +8 on hit, which means it can't really mash their way out if you do stuff like 6K to 3B. So they have to respect you if you like establish the precedent that, hey, guess what? This move's a plus a lot. You better fucking respect me, bitch. That kind of thing. Unfortunately, even that kissing range, throws will not connect, so you have to use mids to establish respect. And then when they start respecting, you can move in and get your side throws. And you get the left side throw, which is 65 damage. So pretty good move. I-17, so it can kill step in one direction. It's a good poke, -8, safe. But it's not a move to use all the time because you have better moves typically to use. But you know, sometimes throughout a 6K, see what happens, see how they react, see what you can get off 6K. Decent move. Next move is 3K. It's this little, you know, gut kick. 16 damage. So again, it's like all these kicks so far, they're affected by guts, which sucks. But whatever. This I-16 is quick, so in that regard, it's +8 on block, but given that, look at how far he goes on hit. It is very hard to enforce frames from this distance unless they backstab, because then you can shoot him in the face. But even then, they just chill out, crossbow whiffs. So, well, fuck me, baby. God damn it. Thing is, like, I like this move a little bit as near end of the round, because K cancel into 6K kind of looks like the next move on the list, 6K2. This move's awesome, as in it does 36 damage for a low. It's manly. The ground shakes. Your end awaits. What? Look at that. Awesome. Let me tell you, some parts are not awesome. It's -18 on hit, on standing. It's -18. And also on block, it's -32 at least, which means, you know, again, lube up, baby, it's over. So, like, what makes 6K2 potent is that it's a good Okazemi tool, as in, say, I'm going to show this to the opponent. Cord, you know, B throw, stomp, grand await. If I choose to roll, you know, 6K2 is going to hit me. And I get ground stun, and I just got hit like 36 more damage I didn't need to be taking. So it's a really strong Okazemi tool, and the thing about 6K2, even though it's -18 on hit, you can still get mileage out of it in a neutral situation because it has phantom range. Sorry. Shit. Sorry. And when the pushback's all said and done, you have this distance, which is pretty large. So a lot of characters at tip range, if you're spacing this move perfectly, they cannot get a single thing off of it. There's a list on the Ezio guide that in text on the forums, but off the top of my head, Patroclus, Zwei, Lacia, Hild, they cannot get anything off this move on hit. Lacia and Hild can get a CE, but normally they cannot get anything off post 6K2 on hit. So it's also a good matchup ignorance test. If you have never seen the move before and don't know how to react to it, well, guess what? I'm gonna keep stomping your toes until you adapt. Guess what? 36 damage for a low, that's pretty fucking high for a low. So, you know, keep that in mind. Again, like 4B and jump B, 6K2 is a good move to use, but not liberally. Use it when you need it, you'll get a lot of mileage out of it. Alright, that's 6K2. 2K. Where to start? This is 2K. It's really dumb because it's super tech crouches. It's super tech crouches. I'm gonna say it again. It's super tech crouches. It's really, really annoying low because it goes under a lot of mids that would normally hit in other situations, and it can really fuck up people's rhythm. Because the thing about 2K is, if you use it at a certain amount of disadvantage and you go under mids, you steal the initiative from the opponent. Meaning they're going to look out for that 2K and try to punish it later, which means after certain moves, like say, you know, say I do BB into 2K and I keep going under their shit. Well, then they're going to sniff out the 2K after BB on block, and I can do, you know, really janky stuff like BB into like 4K. Stuff when you break down the frames, it looks like, why would you do that? Well, 2K is there. Also, what 2K is, it has a lot of range. Mastering the 2K range is pretty pivotal. Like, see here, I'm not hitting them, but, you know, around here, tip range 2K, really annoying, because look at the spacing. The thing is, even if I block, whiff, or hit, I get moved back after 2K. You see here, he's inching backwards. So what I'm saying is, don't run in and just mash 2K, because eventually you'll be pushed out, and then you'll get whiff punished, and, you know, don't do that. It's a good poke, really good poke. Gauge reactions and gauge what happens next. Really good move you should always keep in mind to use because it just does so much. As in, Go to low poke, great range, really annoying, goes under a lot of shit. 2ksthebomb.com. That's all I gotta say about 2K. Use it a lot, but don't use it like over the top, because some matchups that can get you fucked for it, like against a Greek. So keep that in mind. And that 2K, really, really good move. One of the best, if not the best 2K in the game. Next on the list is 1K. It's this axe kick. It's your only launcher. And I'll get to it in the combo section, but you have that for meter, this for meter. Good damage. It's safe, so you have a safe launcher. You know, safe launcher. I mean, come on, people. Really good moves here. Safe launcher. It's -6, which so you can actually, if you choose a 2A, you can jump over him for it. -6 forces crouch. Just really, really stupendously good move. You see here, not much pushback because you're right in their face. Forces crouch. God, 1K is a really good move. Also good whiff punish at this kind of closest range because you get a lot of damage on hit. You get at least around 90 if you expend the meter. So yeah, 1K is a good move. But it comes a little bit with a price, as in it's I-23, so that's pretty slow. You know, that ain't fast. That's pretty slow. Let me go back to 6K2 real quick. It's I-24, but it's not obvious this animation, so if the opponent's sniffing for it, they'll find it, but otherwise they won't. That's I-24, I-23. Oh wait, 2 kicks that kind of looks somewhat similar. I sense some end game mix-up. Alright, cool. So yeah, keep that in mind. 1K is just a really solid move, really good move. Just, you know, keep it in the back of your head. Don't sleep on it. Don't forget you have 1K, because you get more damage on hit than a BB. So, you know, 1K can get you far. A lot of good things come from 1K. Next move is 4K, which I just love this move so much. 4K is this, you know, fucking chest kick, you know, get the fuck out of my face. It is not affected by guts. It's a mid, and it's go 22 damage, so guts does not, like, fuck up this move's damage. It's just a really good get off me move, because it has good range, good frames, as it's only -8, but on Just Guard it's only -13, so it recovers quickly. Even on whiff, it recovers moderately quickly. And it's a good move to get people away from you, because even on a normal hit, you're only at +4, and it's I-18. On counter hit, you get cool shit, as in, they're out of my face now, and I'm at +12, which means I can force pressure situations, or I can get away. Get away from me. It's also invaluable in wall combos, which I'll get to the combo video. But very, very, very good move. You should really utilize all the time. 4K, really good poke. Really good move. Also breaks guard in 14. So even if you get the move blocked, it's peppering the guard gauge. What more can you want from this move? 4K. I highly recommend this move. I love 4K. Now, while I love 4K, I hate Jump K, because this move sucks dick. As in, it's a linear jumping high. If it was mid, it'd have merit, but it's a high. It's -11, so it's not good on frames. It looks stupid. It looks dumb. Oki's weird. Not much damage. Gets affected by guts if you don't go 9K. You know, -11 again. It looks stupid. I hate it. It looks dumb. Don't use it. You just have better moves to use than Jump K. Like, trolling factor is the only way I can, like, give this move merit. Like, look at me. Jump K. That's about it. Please leave this move at home along with 1A. That's my opinion. If you can find a hidden use for this move, please share it where I can implement it. But otherwise, don't use this move. You have so much better moves to use. God damn it. I hate Jump K. Anyway, A plus B, simultaneous moves. A plus B is really good, as it's your earliest starting tech crouch. It starts on frame 5, which is the earliest your tech crouches start, and you get a lot of damage on hit. On normal hit, you get 69. You can also link to CE for half life, which means this move is very threatening, because if they have meter and you get hit by it, you're losing half your life for getting hit by this little shoulder tackle. Now, it is -16 on block, so, you know, you get punished for it. But the thing is, you can get rid of linear punishment by opting for the side roll. So the thing is, you can side roll and avoid linear punishes, which is really good. But the thing is, a standard 2A will punish you and stop both side rolls, and so many people opt for a full crouch A or 2A when they block that move, so they don't have to think and they can start their pressure. Thing is, you're only getting hit for 12 damage, or even 10. Whereas if you hit him, you're getting 69 minimum. So risk-reward is very, very much in your favor against standard characters. Some characters have a few attacks that multitask the move even better, like Tira, or Gloomy Tira can Gloomy 3AA Brave It for 70 damage. So then you gotta start weighing the options, and like, should I use this move, should I not, you know, that kind of thing. But other than that, A+B is a really good move because it has a lot of active frames. Like, see there, he's still getting hit by it. It covers a good amount of distance, and you can slide roll it to circumvent immediate punishment. Good move, but don't use it every other move because eventually you'll get hit for it. The side roll you can also sloppy because the crossbow will punish immediate punishes. So say, so say he does this, it's a sloppy. Say I do 6B, I get hit, I get whip punished. The thing is, if I roll and then do 6B on its own, I'm not going to get whip punished, as in, I can block that. So sometimes this is your only option for a whip punish, because it's the quickest. So keep that in mind. Next move on the list is 2A+B, Victoria. It's just overhead mid, it kind of looks like a low, so you can fuck up with rhythm a little bit. It's very similar to 1K on frames, -6 on block, forces crouch, as you will see in a minute. And his guard damage just breaks in 11. So you can guard pressure here. I like 2A+B. It's a move you shouldn't forget. Just a good mid-poke. Gets good things out of it. Victoria. Breaks guard in 11. And you get locks down on hit, so you get your Oki there. So, good move. Next move on the list is B+K. Already know, done. No one in their right mind should ever get hit by this, but it happens. It happens. It happens. For whatever reason, it happens. And it's kind of embarrassing, but it happens. The main reason you should use this move is to force a reaction. That's like cancel it, because it cancels very quickly. As you can see, you can do like little dances here and just, you know, do this shit. Very funny. Well, you can like, it's a mind fuck to mind games things like force reactions. So when they see the gunshot, their first inclination can be to duck, and you cancel into mid. You know, 3B, BB, you know. It's pretty funny. But don't bank on this move ever hitting, because it never hits. It shouldn't ever hit. Like, if it does hit, there's something wrong. Oki's weird, it's pretty good, but again, why would you ever have this connect is what I'm saying. But, you know, when it does hit, I'll go into combos and Oki in the corresponding videos, but, you know, you shouldn't really be doing this at mid-range or full screen because there's a lot of block recovery, or sorry, whiff recovery, so it's not the best move to use. It's not like Servi where you can trick people once in a blue moon about it. This move is I-60, it's high, it's linear, it's slow. The merit is in the cancel. It's not in the move itself, it's the cancel. But it looks cool. He says rest in peace in Spanish or Italian, so it's pretty swag. Other than that, it's not swag. It's the cancel. Next move on the list is 6B+K, also known as standard crossbow. I-21 crossbow, infinite range, high, linear, -30 on block. But what makes it good is that it's one. It cannot be backstepped, unless you're Mitsu. But it cannot be backstepped. So if your opponent likes to backstep, say after 2K, minor disadvantage, and they backstep, you know, because backstep -20. Gotcha. Infinite range backstep catch. So it's, you know, in terms of range, it's second only to Algol. So when used in the correct spots, normal crossbow can be very annoying and make people really second guess whether or not they should backstep. So a move that can really get some, you know, mileage. But if you whiff or get blocked, you know, you have problems because shit, minus 30, or if you whiff, minus 60 something. So you really gotta be careful. Please do not be liberal with this move. It breaks an 11 also, so you can get a little bit of guard damage on block. You can also do the side roll, do the little sloppy crossbow bolt. There is that. So there is that to keep in mind. Clean hits once in a while for 37 damage, so you know, damage is good. Does not get affected by guts, but be conservative. Do not be liberal with crossbow. Next would be 2B plus K, which is the low crossbow. It does get affected by guts unless I hit them at an angle, which that even wasn't an angle. Like side hit. It does 20 damage normally, so it is slow. It's I-31, so reactable. It tech crouches on frame 16 to the impact frame, so you know it tech crouches, but this isn't a move to read a high with. Like, you know, this isn't hard read material, because even if you do read a throw or whatever, you're only getting 20 fucking damage in subpar OP at best. It's mainly used as a harassment tool as with knockdowns, because if a mini knockdowns is a force block. And so they have to block it or get hit and knocked down again, because it also breaks an 11, so it goes into Ezio's guard punishment game, which is decent. So use it when you have to, but please don't use it as like a spacing tool at full screen and yeah! No! Because the thing is, with 2B plus K, you cannot do the side roll afterwards. So you are stuck at minus 30 with a thumb up your ass. That's objective. So please know when to use this move. Next one is 4B plus K, also known as over here. You cannot roll off of this one either. Keep that in mind. But the nifty thing about thing about this move is it can catch step. As you see there, it catches step unexpectedly for a projectile. So when you're dancing with each other at full screen, a well-placed over here can knock him down and fuck him up and make him really annoyed at you and run in and do dumb shit. But again, minus 30, thump your ass. It's I-31. Also, if you really want to do it, God damn it, which record. God, I really hate this. But if you really want to do it, you do dumb shit like this. Actually, I can't. I got hit. Hard read. Yeah, okay. Could you do other things? Well, sometimes you can't. But you can. So, you know, it's swag, but at the end of the day, it's a high linear move that's minus 30 on block. But it's swag, so I guess, you know, you got swag factor, but, you know, come on. Again, know when to use this move. Fuck. I'm going to demonstrate this with a little training dummy. Actually, I'll demonstrate it myself. Back turn B plus K is one of the better back turn B plus Ks in the game, as it's I-13, very quick. It has a lot of damage on normal hit, which is very good. So any situations where you can force a back turn B plus K thing, use it, because he has one of the best in the game. The only flaw is a little short on the range side, and on whiff it's really bad, but I-13, a lot of normal hit damage, come on. Really good move. Now there's much to say about that. Now we're going to move into 8-way run moves. And the first one we got is 6-6A, which is, this is the bee's knees. This is one of the best moves in the game, because it is safe. It's only minus 8. It's a mid-step catch. It's a mid-safe step catch that can be hit confirmed on counter hit into over 50 damage. As you see here, 55 damage minimum. You can also clean hit because it's the crossbow shot. And on side hit and back hit, you can get weird, you can get funny grab setups. Because on counter hit, and you say you don't hit confirm, and you just go into throw after 6-6A, it's plus 8, and they're right in your face, so you can do shit. Oh shit, sorry. Oh, I hit him from the back somehow. Or that usually was in the back, so I hit him from the back somehow. And it's time. You were dead. Yes, the grab can be ducked, but it is something to keep in mind. Otherwise, you can take confirm it, good damage. It makes the move really good, because it's so good. It's hit confirmable pretty easily. Again, it's such an amazing move, because it tech crouches too, So as an approach option, it's almost impeccable because it moves in, it's safe, there's no real risk to it unless you just guard it. Oh, this move's so good. Please use this move whenever you can. It's I-22, so it is a little bit on the sluggish side, so there is that to keep in mind. But again, it is such an amazing move. But you have to know the difference between normal hit and counter hit. Because while I said earlier about 4A on normal hit into crossbow jails, this does not jail. They can dump the crossbow shot on normal hit. So you got to know the difference between normal hit and counter hit. You have to. But normal hit, 6-6A, it's okay. It's +2, 20 damage. You can force things here because the thing is, if the opponent knows they can duck the crossbow, they're going to duck it. So you can do shit like that if you BB or whatever. So, I mean, it's still a really good move on normal hit because it really forces the opponent to think what the opponent's going to do next. 6-6A is such a good move. Tech crouches for a long-ass time. Like, I'm not mistaken, frame 6 to 20. Long tech crouch window. Good range. Really good approach. No matter what happens on counter hit, you will always get the counter hit combo guaranteed because crossbow is infinite range. 6-6A is the beast. Is such a good move. One quick note, because I know some characters have a difference between their 6-6A and their 3-3A. Ezio has no differences. 3-3A is the same as 6-6A in terms of his frames. Obviously, 3-3A has a step incorporated, but nothing changes. No frames change. It's not like Aeon or an Axio, the frames change. Nope. Same throughout. 6-6A is fucking swag. Always use it. Next move is 2-2A and 2-2AA, all also 8-8, A, 8-8, AA. It's similar to Nightmares in terms of animation. It looks like this. You know. But he actually doesn't have a Grim Stride stance. It is a really good spacing tool at tip range, as in, you know, there's a lot of range from here. It still hits, you know, it's all the way from here. So it's really annoying. It makes Ezio kind of threatening at this mid-range area that you can pull out the 2-2A and dink you for it. You can also change the string. The string is not hit confirmable, unfortunately. So either way, you're committing to a 2-2A or 2-2AA. Thing is, let me demonstrate how this move breaks down on block. I will record it. So block. I can't really reach him. So spacing's really good. A little bit of pushback. Ezio is typically safe. But the thing is, you can step it. As you see here, what the fuck? You can't step it to that side, but if you step to this side, it's very easy to step. You know, some characters can even duck it, like you see there. So it's inconsistent. You use it when you have to. It can be really good to you if you use it at the right spots, but sometimes the opponent's just stepping in this direction. Well, you just fucked yourself over. So yeah, the first hit's -16 also, so it can be punished. So keep that in mind. But some characters can't punish it at tip range. It's 2-2AA. So as you see here, if I try to punish the first hit, the second hit will hit you. But at tip range, if you hit the first one at tip, the second one will not combo, it will whiff. But you will not get punished for your whiff unless you press more buttons for some reason. There's that, which it stinks, but whatever. But the first two hits, that's -23. 23 on block, which is like, please kill me range and safety. Know when to use it. But again, if they try to commit to the first punish, the second one will hit them. The scoreboard's not in your favor, really, because, you know, how much damage do we get here? 46, and the second one hits only 22. So use it sparingly, but it can be used as a very potent spacing tool. And the first hit also breaks guard at 15, so it does get a little bit of guard damage. Other than that, I wish this move was better. I really do. I really hope this move was more consistent in its hitbox. If it killed step perfectly, the move would be really fucking good. But unfortunately, it does not. It has flaws, but it's not a useless move. It has worth. Just know when to use it. Next move on the list is 1-1 or 7-7A. It's this really swag-looking tech jump. It's stunned on normal hit. You get typical bread and butter combos here. That's the one thing that sets this move apart, is that a normal hit is still stunned. Unfortunately, it is minus 20. So, that's bad. It's minus 20 on block. Now, unfortunately, there really isn't much pushback on block either, so like I'm right here. You know, oh, make some damage, fuckhead. You know, I can't really get much mileage out of the tech jump, but sometimes you can jump over lows and look really cool. But I mean, it activates pretty quickly after you input the 11A. But it's hard to use it correctly because you have to do it through step. So either way, you're attaching 10 extra frames, and that's, you know, it's, use it when you know you need a whiff punish. It's a good whiff punisher because, you know, it stuns a normal hit. Other than that, not a great move. Next move is 4-4A, Observe. It's pretty bizarre. A normal hit, you're at +2, but they're also side turn, so you can do other shenanigans. Range is okay, but as you see here, keep saying middle. That's weird. Doesn't it look like a high? Wouldn't you say this move looks like a high?
Observe.
Oh look, I ducked it. God. Anyway, if your character is like Ezio or smaller, or even some characters can crouch still, this move can be crouched. At tip range, this move is pretty much a high, but at, you know, kissing range, it can be a mid to some characters. So, like, Nightmare is why they can't duck it, is what I'm trying to say. But, come on. The move doesn't have much use as a normal hit move, because, you know, it's I-20 from neutral, +2 on hit. But the good thing is, on counter hit, it's better because you get combos. Shit, sorry. You get combos, you get CE. The stun on this move, the counter hit stun lasts 13 frames, so it is frame perfect, keep that in mind. But it's minus 14 on block, so some characters can get punishes, but if you space it correctly, some characters cannot. But the thing is, why worry about that when you have 6-6A? That's my logic. Granted, if you make the read with meter, you'll get more damage because you can link it to CE, but come on. 6-6A, baby. This one does not advance, really, so take it for what it's worth. Not a terrible move, but not a move I'd be using all the time, given it. There's also actually one more facet about 4-4A that makes it a little bit good in wall combos. Now, I'll explain this in further detail in the wall combo section, is that, you know, it's consistent in wall combos, as in, if you want to end a wall combo with a critical edge, 4-4A is really consistent in that regard. I'll demonstrate that when I get to the combo video. This is the move analysis. Next move is 6-6B or 6-6BB. Looks like that. Good move. It is your go-to whiff punisher at mid-range because the range is really good. You can Brave Edge for additional damage. And that's really what it's used for. It's a really good whiff punisher for good damage. Let me repeat that. It's a good whiff punisher for good damage. As in, it's not a good poke. It's not a good pressure tool, really. As in, this by itself is minus 16. And if you continue the string, it's minus 16 and also steppable for a lot of damage. So it's not a move to get careless with. It's hit confirmable for about 10 frames, so you can hit confirm. You can hit confirm the Brave Edge relatively easily, so there you have it. Oki is weird on the first hit, and I'll get to that in Oki's ending section. If you choose not to continue the string and just do the first hit, Oki gets a little bizarre. But that's, you know, it's neither here or there. Let me get some water real quick. Alright. Brave Edge of it. For some reason they're forced blocking it. That attack through animation will not happen. They just block the second hit. They're at plus 10. As in, you know, if they block the Brave Edge version, the guard break, it'll be plus 10, which is really good for being in your face, which means pretty much free mix-up. Is good. And also as you saw, if you connect it at tip range, it's kind of hard to do this. God, like I said, it's kind of difficult. God damn, I suck in this game. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, if you hit If you connect just a second hit at tip range, like you see there, the third hit, which is automatic because it happens because it's an attack throw, will whiff and you'll look dumb, etc. Yeah, it's a go-to whiff punish. It's also kind of a good approach tool sometimes because it has a tech crouch, and the tech crouch lasts until the impact frame, which means you cannot clash with a high or throw by throwing out 6 B. Also, good thing about this move is that it also works as a backstep catch. It's a mid-range backstep catch. So unfortunately, against certain spacings and certain characters like Cervantes, it has much less use because, less range. But it can be used as a backstep catch, which is good. You know, same as for all these good backstep catches. But, take it for what it's worth. It's good backstep catch, but, can be backstepped by characters with horrendously dumb backsteps. So, keep it in mind. But it's a good move to have. Good whip punish. Next move is 2-2-B. It's a cool move. Too late. Does not get affected by guts. It's a cool little, stab you with a dagger. The range is not stellar, but the normal hit is not what's important. What's really important is the counter hit. On normal hit, it's +8, which is good. A lot of people, for some reason, feel the inclination to step after getting hit with 2-2-B. After 2-2-B on hit, 3B becomes extremely hard to step, and I'm pretty sure 6B becomes nigh unsteppable. So keep that in mind. But it's -12 on block, so some characters can punish. But actually, I'm just demonstrate it with the training dummy, him doing it to me. That's a lot of pushback. Just get tip. I can't really get punished from here. Some characters can't still get punished, even kissing range. So know your spacing, know your pushback, know your opponent. But the cool thing about this move is, 22 damage normally on counter hit. Ugh, that looks so brutal. It's 66 damage in one of the best Ogi situations Ezio has. Because you can either stomp or 4B or 4-4B, which I'll get to the Ogi section. But good move. It's a good counter hit tool at when you're stepping. Unfortunately, from the back, you don't really get the counter hit animation, but you get other janky shit too. Shit that comboed. 2K combo, you get really janky stuff, and they don't stun. But yeah, kind of cool move. I like it. Looks cool. But, you have other moves to use. Don't use it a lot, but know when to use it. Next move is 1-1/77B. This, if you are familiar with Assassin's Creed games, you'll know what this move is. I like it because it's cool looking, but it has a lot of guard damage attached to it. It breaks in 6, which is a lot of guard damage. As you see here, it breaks in 6. Also forces me into crouch, which limits my options even further, which means this scenario means really good for Ezio because it's +8, they're in crouch, they're in your face, you can do what you damn want to them. You can do whatever you fucking want to them. Makes it a really good move for blocks. On the flip side it's fucking slow. Like shit, it's I-39 and you got to add the extra 10 frame step if you want to do it instantly. So I mean this is fucking slow. So sharper players will try to just guard it. Not just guard, you are dead. It's -20 something. What is it? 26. That's bad. But like I said, it's good. It can also go under mid sometimes because he jumps really high. But the super tech jump attached to it is janky at best. But it can still work. Low B is a good move. I like it. I like it a lot. I really like the move. Use low B. But don't use a lot because it gets just guarded. But I've been saying that for a lot of moves now. But I digress. Good guard damage. Good move. Looks swag. I really like it. That's that. Also, for some unfathomable reason, it hits airborne. They get stunned on the ground, and you get other guaranteed shit. So I can't tell you why that would happen, though. I don't know why they would be jumping into the move, but it happens once in a while. So that's something to remember about the move. Next move is 4-4B. Oh yeah, this is the bee's knees right here. -10, so pretty much safe. Force block a lot of knockdowns, and safe. -10, a lot of guard damage, breaks in 8. And so a lot of knockdowns, a lot of go-to moves incorporates 4-4B because it tracks a lot of text. And so you're forced to block it and you get guard damage. I want you to block this move, but if you get hit by it, fine. Do it again. Because 4-4B into 4-4B is a force block most of the time. So there's that. Also has a lot of range, so you can kind of play the range game with this move a little bit. Because, you know, it really sneaks up on you. A lot of people think Ezio does not have a lot of range, but moves like this, he has range on. It can really catch you off guard. One bad thing about it as a neutral game move is that it's I-29, and that's pretty sluggish, so keep that in mind. But it's still a really good move that every Ezio should incorporate into their open semi game, and even their spacing game. 4-4B is a really good move. Alright, now we got 8-weight run kicks, 6-6K / 3-3K, and 9-9K. Again, no difference between these moves. There's no difference. It's a high roundhouse. It's pretty much just a step-killing kick. And sometimes in some situations, you need step-killing kicks to deal with certain things, like maxi, neutral guard, and stuff like that. Cool thing about this move, it is safe, it's -6, so nothing can punish it. But on block, it creates a fair deal of pushback. So there's a good spacing here. So they're trying to run in and do something, get 2A them, because it's only -6. Pretty good move. It's good with the gauge reaction move. Also in the Oki section, I'll get to it, but you can get really cool Oki shit if they choose not to tech. And shit like that. The 6K, decent move, decent poke, I-20. So not going to get ducked on reaction. It's a pretty good kick. But the range is not great, so you gotta be kind of close. You can't be doing it from here and hoping to hit him. You gotta be like around here. Next move is 2-2 / 8-8K. This little, you know, kick right here, which is again a really good spacing tool. Because if I try to run in and block, I got pushed out again. What the fuck? God damn, let me get in. You know, it's -6, so it's safe. It's just a really good move. 2-2K is a really good move if you want to like dwindle the clock and irritate your opponent. Because sometimes, if you like say they're running in with attacks, but you're reacting on time, you're 2Aing or 4King them out, so their next inclination will be to run up and block. That's where 2-2K comes in. Because while it's slower, it's easy to do from backstep. You can just roll to the K. So you're backing up, roll to 2. You can do instant, you know, pseudo instant 2-2K. And they get pushed out on block. If you get hit, well, guess what? They got pushed out on hit too, because on hit, they get launched pretty far. You can either choose to do Oki nonsense or just back off again. So if you're really playing really defensively, 2-2K is a really good move to use. Because it really irritates people and takes a lot of pushback on block. And it's safe. Again, all these really good moves, they're safe. Use them. They're good. That's all I gotta say about 2-2K for now. Next move is 1-1 / 7-7K. It's shin kick. It's semi-reactable, especially if you telegraph it by doing the quick step. Because if you like run in 1-1K is a little less reactable. It's I-27, but it's not an obvious move as from the animation. It's not like fucking stupid looking. It's only 20 damage, so guts affects it. What makes it good is that it's +4 on hit, which means, you know, a lot of people like a 2A after being hit by a low because they think it's, you know, disadvantage on hit. This is +4, so BB will kill any 2A attempt, and you can Brave Edge it for 68 damage. So yeah, it's a good move to use. Don't be liberal with it. It's -16 on block, and so some characters can punish it hard, some characters can't, giving a crouch punishment. But it's a low to keep in mind. It's a good low, good frame advantage, good pressure, good low. I like it. Again, don't be liberal, but know when to use it, and you'll go far with this move. Good old shoot kick. Alright, next move is 4-4K. This kick. It looks similar to 4K, except he moves in a little bit, as you see here. Whereas 4-4K, the spacing is a little farther out. This move also has a large amount of active frames, so that's good. On normal hit, you get this bread and butter. But on counter hit, you get a different bread and butter. You get the typical bread and butters from stuns. Shit, that's okay. See here, you know, typical bread and butters. Minus 12 on block. Some characters can't really punish it because, you know, spacing is a really good thing with this move. I can't punish that. Come on. Though, you know, close range, kisting range, I can punish it. So keep that in mind. But it's a good move because it has a lot of active frames, and it's really good on wall combos also. It's a good like approach move because he inches forward with the move. So it's really good to approach with if you need to get in. I-24, so there you have the speed. Pretty good move, I like it. Use it when you have to. Again, use it when you want to. And it works out well. There you have it. Next move is 6A plus B. It also substitutes a 3-3 and 9-9. And again, no difference between the moves. This is very violent looking stab. That's plus 10 on block. But it's a high, so you can duck it. It's I-31, so you can duck it if you're sharp. But you can mix it up by doing shit like this. Like stepping 1-1 into 6-6A plus B. Or doing run up 1-1B. You can really fuck up their perception because they look pretty similar. Because Ezio's animation, a lot of it is clouded by all the electricity about him. So you can get some mileage out of it. On block, however, if you do it tip range, it can be hard to enforce frames. But it breaks in 10, if I do say so myself. It breaks in 9. Breaks at 9, you know, good stun, good damage. On stun, you get a lot of damage because it lasts for 20 frames. So a correct read on this really help out. It's also good post GI because it'll beat immediate GI. So that's also a good thing about this move. I'll devote post GI into the dark ring section though. I'll put that together. But yeah, 6A plus B is a good move. It's slower, so when people are really just guard happy, throw this at them, and you just got free guard damage and swag. So it's a good move to use. Again, don't be 100% liberal with this move, but hey, this move can really help. That's it for 8-way run. So I'll move on to Brave Edge moves. I've gone to BB. Pick confirmable, very good. Say they don't pick confirm. And you block it. So be it. They're safe still. They're at -6, but you can step it. So be it. Like seen there, or just guard it. Very easy to just guard. So there's that. 6-6 BB Brave Edge. Like I said, similar. You can step it to one side. Get whatever you want. It's hard to step to that side. It's not impossible. I'm sure little girls can manage it, but I know if Ezio can't step to that side. You can step to that side or just guard it. Either way, very easy to anti that move. 6B Brave Edge. What makes this move so good is that even if you botch the block punish and say they block this move, even though you want to punish them, say they block it, well, you gave them guard damage and you're at +10. One good thing about 6B Brave Edge is that you're +10 and it's still possible to enforce frames from this distance. So again, another reason why 6B Brave Edge is so fucking good. Please use it. Next move is CE. It's standard CE, I-13, 90 damage, clean hit A. It has probably the highest clean hit chance of any CE in the game. As you see here, it's 105 with clean hit. That's really good. A lot of his combos link into it naturally. I-13, in some cases, your only good block punish available. You gotta use the CE, so it's good to have that on deck when you need it. Trying to warn you, bitch. Good move. On block, it's -18. Now, of course, oh, why is 18? That's bad. Well, some characters, they can't get that much because it also forces crouch. So some characters are limited in their punishment options. So you see here, can't reach. I gotta use the CE on my own. It has a lot of range too. As you see there, like both those exchanges, you can see how much range CE has. It's very deceiving how much range CE has. But it doesn't have infinite range. Again, it's very deceiving. There's I-13, so you can do jank, like 2K CE, or whatever. So you can get away with jank sometimes, like 3A CE. Tried to warn you. You got fucked up. He has a good CE. He has a really good CE. One of the better ones in the game. But it also is very linear, so it can be stepped. It's not like, you know, Hills or Maxis where it tracks like behind them and all this weird shit. It's not like that. It's very linear, but it's very reliable when you need to use it. This one is throws. A throw, punch, 55 damage, good Oki. Not much to say. I'll break it down more in the Oki video. B throw, 50 damage, better Oki. Wall splat for 60. Left side throw, really good Oki here, 65 damage. Right at their feet, they can't tech after that knockdown. Sorry. Right side throw, 60 damage. They can't tech after this knockdown, but your back turn. Back throw, they can't tech after this, and 70 damage. Standard damage for back throws. I don't want to keep doing it, but I really want to see it happen. I think you know what I'm trying to do. I can't do it though. It's really rare. What I'm trying to show is that for some really cool reason, I don't know why it did it, but Ezio has a back throw that can clean hit. It's really rare, but it does. It clean hits for like stupid damage. But it's not happening, unfortunately, so I can't really demonstrate it. But it does clean hit for 70 damage, or the normal hit 70, but if you choose, or not if you choose, but if you get a clean hit, you get 87, which is kind of fucking dumb, really cool at the same time. But yeah, that's that. Okay, that was the move breakdown. If you have any questions, please tell me. Look at the frame data. I hope you're familiar with these moves. A lot of these moves are really good. If you have any questions, please link in the video below. But I'll be coming out over the weekend with other videos like combo videos, Okazemi, guard burst analysis, all this stuff to really give you a feel on what kind of character Ezio is. Other than that, that's all I have to say. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.